Reverend Esther Ajayi has said it, and we hope it is final. Yes, Reverend Esther Ajayi said that whosoever wants to make Naomi look bad in the midst of what is happening now should calm down. Olori Naomi is not a bad person. Olori Naomi is just a caring mother. And we should all know that whatsoever happens later, Naomi will be held more responsible for the well being of her son than any other person that is involved on this matter. So, whatsoever decision Naomi takes, nobody should pressure Naomi from taking another or thinking otherwise or doing something else entirely. But what she has to say about this particular matter ongoing is that Naomi should pick her son and return back to her husband's house. Since she's already willing to return and it has already been a finalized deal that she is going to actually return back into the palace. She should just grab the boy and go back. No matter what happens, the boy will not die of the kind of environment that has been created in the palace. And she is strongly seconding what Pastor Jerry Eze has said because the boy's father is in the palace and he would not let any single thing happen to his son. So Olori Naomi should also put that at the back of her mind as she protects the boy. She should also know that that boy is an entire property of Ile-Ife, and she is also Oni's son too. So if Oni finds the environment convenient, she should know that objecting too much will make her an impulsive wife. So right now, if you know way back the history of Reverend Esther Ajayi with Olori Naomi, you will know that Olori Naomi would not even hear what she have said twice. Just once she would respond to it. Because before Olori Naomi even got married to the Oni, Reverend Esther Ajay has always been there for her, watching over her. Yes, and from what we heard, allegedly, she is more of a daughter to Reverend Esther Ajay than we call is it mentorship or any other thing involved. Because Reverend Esther Ajay has known Olori Naomi, groomed her, brought her up to whatsoever she is today. And the woman doesn't like getting involved on any single matter concerning Olori Naomi because most people feel she should have stopped Olori Naomi when she wanted to marry a traditional ruler, knowing very well that she is a prophetess. Yes, many people they want to blame her for not stopping Naomi from making that decision. And at a very long run, she is on an opinion that this is Naomi's life. And coming to come tell her who to get married to doesn't add up, neither does it even speak right. That was her own part of the story. That yes, when Naomi wanted to marry, she knew Naomi was going to marry. She knew who Naomi was going to marry. Most of them asked her, "Is this your decision?" And Naomi said, "Yes, that's my decision." For a fact that this man is a traditional ruler, you will have to bow to some things, you will have to do things that doesn't seem right as a Christian and all of those things. But Naomi said that is what she wants. So it was not actually in her place, to tell Naomi that no, you cannot marry a traditional ruler. For a fact, she's not the one who carried Naomi in her womb for 9 months. So Naomi still had a room to make her decisions. And the only thing she did was to support Olori Naomi's decisions and let every other thing be the way it is. And right now, this woman has come out to tell Olori Naomi that she should grab her son and go back to her husband's house since there is an already done deal that she is returning back into her husband's house. My people, definitely Naomi would return. But after all these spiritual persons who oversees her life have spoken, will she bring Prince Edenikawo back? It is a big question because remember what her mother said. What if Naomi goes into the palace, stays for a stipulated period of time, and then sees how the environment is for herself before she comes back to take the boy? What if Naomi goes into the palace and then for the first period of time, everything is okay, no fighting, no basketballs, no, nothing. And then she goes, she brings the boy, and then the next minute they fight. Will she now take the boy out again? My people, So the best thing there is for Naomi to just resolve that Tedenikawa is going to be in the palace, and that's the end of it. When she resolves that in her, she will be able to bring that boy into the palace and there will be no issues. But once she cannot resolve deep within her that, okay, oh, this boy is coming back into the palace and that's the end of the matter, there is absolutely nothing that they can do about it. Now needs to change the mindset she has. Olori Naomi has a mindset that the palace is chaotic. We know very well that the palace is chaotic. This woman doesn't take chances. They don't do things that will be pleasant to anybody. Yes, we know that. And as long as these matters continue like this, we know that day after day, they will keep on doing these things. So if she banks on what these women are doing, then they will be so delighted, so delighted that Naomi is not bringing back the boy into the palace, and all that the Oni has planned or all that the Oni has wished to achieve over time is all but a fallacy. Yes. And with all of these things, then why is Oni fighting so hard that his family returns back into the palace? Why? Because from every single thing Oni is fighting is so that what he has his people back into the palace with him, they live as one big and a happy family. It is nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. So the more Olori Naomi begins to consider, yes, the more she begins to be considerate on how the Oni will also feel and what the Oni thinks about these matters and how he will embrace any of this thing, I think it will go a long way because it seems like she has been making decisions with Oni outside the box and not inside the box. Yes, she has been making all her decisions all by herself. And when she begins to include the Oni in it, it will go a very long way. Now, another spiritual overseer on her life have spoken. And this time around, will Naomi listen? Hmm. This is someone, it's more like she practically raised Naomi. Will Naomi listen to her? Hey, my people, this matter is getting interesting. Everybody is telling her to go back and go with her son. So let's wait and see how these things will play out. But at the end of the day, like the women of Ile-Ife will say, the decision still remains that of Olori Naomi to make. At all times, they say that, we have spoken, no, but shall know that the decision is of the Oni to make. So this one too, the decision is still of Olori Naomi to make. If she decides that, I will not bring him, oh, it is her own case. If she decides that, okay, Tedenikawo, let's go and meet your father, then it will actually be amazing.